Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Hannah, aka the Black Hannah, and today we're going to talk about how to enjoy your loc journey. Yes, how to enjoy it, because I know the beginning stages can be especially hard, or if you're ever going through those phases where you're not really sure what to do with your hair. But we are going to talk about all those things. And if you're new here, my name is Hannah and I provide content on locs, lifestyle, and fitness. And today we're talking all about that loc journey, and we're going to talk about ways you can enjoy it and stop being stumped and sad while you're going along this beautiful journey. Alright, so my first tip on how to enjoy your loc journey is for the girls who started out with the baby locks like me. And I'm gonna put some pictures all over the screen of me with my short locks. And because when I started mine, they shrunk up to like this big. I'll definitely put some pictures all over the screen right here so y'all can really know I did start off with my itty bitty, so y'all can trust me in my advice. So one of the biggest issues, sorry I'm looking a little this way sometimes to see in the mirror, but one of the biggest issues I had, or two of them I'd say, is sometimes I felt like my hair didn't look as feminine or as girly as I wanted. And that might not be an issue for everyone, but as a girly girl, that's why I would define myself as pretty much a girly girl. But as a girly girl, I kind of felt a little hindered by my hair. I was like, oh my God, how am I supposed to style it? Oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? So if you are someone who's struggling, shameless plug, with hairstyles, I do have a video. It's one of my very first, if not my very first video on loc styles when my hair was like this big. I would definitely say check that out. Another big tip I have for the short loc girlies is to accessorize. Yes, honey, accessorize. And a lot of people, they think, oh, my hair is too short to accessorize. It really isn't. Especially like right now, ribbons are in and that whole like doll-ish look. This is the time to use ribbons. You can use ribbons, you can use cute clips, like the little cute clips that we see that have different colors or different designs on them. Utilize accessories. This is when you really want to use them. And my favorite thing to use when my hair was really short was chopsticks. Chopsticks will forever be one of my favorite styles, but there are so many ways you can really jazz it up. Again, even with the bobby pins, you know, you can do different styles with your bobby pins. The second thing I really wanted to discuss is what I just said about femininity. One of the biggest things I want you to learn, understand, and believe in your heart that your hair does not make you more or less feminine. And I feel like that is something that really needs to be said, especially because locs, despite how far along we are in life, they still get such a negative rap. People say, oh, it's not girly enough. Oh, I had to throw a wig on because it didn't really fit my vibe. Your vibe is you, which is why locking is such a beautiful experience, because you really learn to love just you when you do it from the beginning and your hair is going through so many phases. You love your hair, of course, but you really start to validate you as a human being and realize my hair is an extension of the being that's right here. And honestly, it's a whole different conversation about how we add a level of masculinity to a lot of things that are attached to Black women. And we're not gonna talk about that right now because I'm not gonna get on my high horse. But the point of that to say, locs are feminine, locs are girly, locs are creative, locs are unique, you are beautiful. Don't believe that bullshit. Like literally don't believe that bullshit. Another one that you should do is find and follow people with locs. Let me tell you something. When I first locked, I was still following a bunch of wig influencers. I was following a bunch of loose natural girls, and I didn't realize that I never made that shift to following what I wanted at that time. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to lock. I was going through a locking process. But instead of following people who have beautiful locs that make me feel empowered to continue through my journey, at the time, I was following bust down shawties. Like, what was I supposed to do with that? Like, think about it. What am I doing for my mental? Following people with the bust downs, following the girls who are showing how to do a roller set if I claim I'm trying to lock my hair. That is not the way you want to go. You want to be literally in a trying to get my oil. You want to be like in a love bubble when it comes to your locs, especially if you're struggling with the journey. I'm not saying everything has to be lock. I like my TikTok, I still like videos of people doing wigs and stuff like that. But is that the majority of what I'm following on TikTok and on Instagram? No, because I know I have locks and I love my locks and I want to continue on this journey and continue wearing my locks. So I'm not going to follow a bunch of things that reflect hair that I don't have. And again, I'm not trying to say unfollow them, but follow, but make it sure that you're putting yourself in a position to be successful on your journey. Another thing is follow locks that are similar to yours. I follow girls with thick locks, skinny locks, long locks, short locks. No, I literally do. People have cut it off and restart. Like, I follow all of them. But I will say, find people who have locks similar to you, because one problem that I did have along my lock journey at one point is my hair is thin. And a lot of people don't like to believe it, but it's true. That's why my locks are so skinny. Like, and I have so many. My hair is very thin. You can kind of tell around my edges. I have very thin hair, and that's not a bad thing. I think people hear thin, and they're like, oh my God, she has thin hair. She must hate her hair. No, it's just, it's a fact. I have high density thin hair, and I love my hair. However, considering that my hair is thinner, I followed girls with skinnier locks like mine and followed girls that have hair similar to mine so that I would feel more comfortable with the way my locks look. Like, okay, it's another skinny, thin hair shawty out here who's still thriving. Because a lot of times, I will say, along your lock journey, if you don't see people who have similar textures to you or similar hair, sometimes you'll wonder like, oh my gosh, does this mean my locks are gonna fall out? Like, what's gonna happen during my journey? There's nothing to worry about. Like, your hair will be fine, I promise. However, if you're trying to keep on that journey, you wanna keep that excitement alive, follow, oops, almost dropped my oil. Follow those girls with similar locks to you, because I promise you, that journey flies by. Like, I reach out to people and ask questions all the time. Do not be scared to say, what product are you using? How'd you do this? How'd you do that? Because the locked hair community, emphasis on the community, is literally a community. Everybody is so happy to help out and provide any type of assistance or information, and it's so nice. And everybody understands the journey. At least people start from the beginning. If you ain't start from the beginning, I'm not trying to say you don't get it, but I will say your process is different because you're not going through budding, you're not going through the various stages that your lock goes through. But yeah. Okay, so this tip I think is gonna be really good for the newer lock girlies, or the ones who are going through budding and they're like, like there's literally, they're like, I know you're probably sitting here like, Hannah, there's literally nothing I can do with my locks today. Trust me, when my hair is budding, and even after, no, probably the under a year, over close to the 1.5 year mark, when your hair is still changing, that's the point. Those frizzy days really will have you like, oh my gosh, no style is working. I say invest in the slap caps. Get the black owned one if you want to support black businesses. They're all on Amazon. I'll link them below in the description box, because those slap caps, honey, you can wear them to work, you can wear them to the mall, you can wear them anywhere. It's not like wearing a bonnet, I swear. It's like wearing a turban that just slides on your head. And I'm pretty sure the black owned business, oh, I think it's called Grace LEA. Grace LEA, I want to say is what it's called. Again, it'll be in the description box. But those slap caps, knowing you can slide it on, maybe do a little edges if you're one of those girls, put some earrings on and go about your day, and it's silk lined, protecting your head, and it still looks good, and you're not having to go through the physical labor of tying, the physical labor of tying a turban. Those slap caps are like holy grails. I'm telling you, if you're trying not to slide back to a wig, but you're like, look Hannah, the frizz is killing me, I couldn't style it today, what am I to do? Those slap caps, I'm telling you. But those slap caps will really help you on those days where you don't know what to do with your locks, or maybe you're having a frizzy moment and you really just don't feel comfortable wearing them because they're budding or what have you. That's completely okay. I'd be lying if I said every single day I feel super confident and love my locks when they were going through the journey of maturing. That definitely wasn't the case. I definitely had harder days back then. But you know, we moved, we went through them. But those slap caps will definitely help you out, girls. Don't say I never gave y'all nothing. Now that is gonna get you right. Okay, so this next tip is for everyone, especially the matured lock girlies, because now that I'm about to hit year 4, oh my gosh, in a few months. Now that I'm about to hit year 4, I'm learning this, and I will say, it's a hard lesson for me to learn. But learn to embrace the frizz. Y'all heard me. learn to embrace the frizz. This is one I'm learning as we speak. Literally, because I mean, I can only get a retwist once a month, right? Once a month, every month or so. But I think a lot of people, well, I've seen the comments of other people's stuff, and I know I feel this way. I look at people like Callie or other people where their locks are always done. And I'm like, I cannot get a retwist as often as y'all do, and I don't have the stylist keeping my hair super duper fresh 25/8. So sometimes we get this pressure of we need to have fresh, like nicely tight roots, and that is not the case whatsoever. One of the things we have to realize, especially as lock girlies and guys, lock guys too, is that nothing is wrong with our hair. And I think that has to do with a lot systemically and a lot when it comes to just the black community. And I'm not saying the community is the issue. What I'm saying is we were taught not to love our hair. We were taught that something was wrong with it. One of my new little lock babies I'm starting just because she's too long. So I said, let's just go ahead and start you off. But we were taught not to love our hair. We have to remember that. We weren't taught that this was beautiful. We weren't taught that, you know, it was okay. We're not taught to love our hair, guys. We were taught to hate our hair. We were taught to hate our skin. Remember how, if you live in the US, honestly anywhere, we were not taught to love things about ourselves. And I think it's hard a lot of times for people to feel like, oh my God, like my roots are growing out. I look messy. Even now, some days I have to catch myself because I have to record social media videos for my job. And I have to tell myself, Hannah, nothing is wrong with your hair. Nothing is wrong with your roots. Like, you can record a video and you still will be just as professional and as beautiful as anybody else. And the thing is, locks are not meant to be neat. And I mean that in the nicest way possible, but that also breaks down the definition of neat. It is just very crazy to me, and I'll get off my soapbox about this and back to the tips, that in the black community, we call anything, well, not anything, but we've learned to call things disheveled or unacceptable because it doesn't conform to white standards. Again, another conversation for another time. Having roots showing, having your frizz showing is not a sign of poverty, is not a sign of being unkempt. It has nothing to do with those things whatsoever. And I know that's hard because it's been beat into our brains and we understand what idea of clean and professional is. And as someone who is a senior attorney who is tatted up and down the arms and has locks, I make it my mission to make people understand that professionals come in all different shapes, sizes, and forms, but especially with the qualities that are more synonymous and closely kept to black people. But nothing is wrong with your roots and nothing is wrong with your frizz. You do not need a retwist every 2 to 3 business days to be cute or acceptable. And that's on that. Best thing that you need to do in order to get through your lock journey is to take those pictures. Yep. Take pictures. Watch your growth. I used to be such a freak at the beginning. In that first year, I'm pretty sure I took a picture every 2 weeks, if not more than that. It was probably, I'm not gonna lie, every 3 to 5 business days. I was in the mirror like, look at the growth, look at the frizz, I'd send it to my lock friends and they'd be like, oh my God, your hair's rushing. Oh my God, you're in this phase. Oh my gosh, your hair's budding so fast. Like, it's a fun journey. When you take pictures and videos, you're gonna be like, wow, this went by so fast, okay? Do not be discouraged. Don't let people throw you off your journey. There are tons of ways to get through your journey. You just have to keep your mind focused on why you started and remember that beauty is really about the person. Your hair cannot make you beautiful and it cannot make you ugly either. To me. Some people don't want to fight me in the comments about that. But really and truthfully, I want you guys to know that locking to this day, I always say this, some days I still question whether or not I should have become an attorney. Okay? Because it gets tough. But one thing I never, ever question is why I got locks. I love my locks. I wouldn't trade them for the world. They make me feel so beautiful. Even when they have their moments where I have to trim or I have breakage, I still don't ever think in my mind that I'm done with locks. And that's not to go against anyone who has, but this is a fun journey. Does it have its moments? Yes. Does it get hard at times? Yes. But once they're matured and you get like you really learn your hair, you're gonna be like, these are my babies. And that's what makes the journey so much fun, because you're figuring out something that is literally changing before your eyes. It's just such a beautiful journey. I love locks and locking, and I think it's just so beautiful. But that is the end of today's video. It was a quickie that I wanted to give you guys, because I know one of the biggest concerns I always had at the beginning of my lock journey were these things, and there are times where I would just be like, should I continue? Am I doing this right? And this is your sign that you are doing this right. You are beautiful. Your locks are beautiful. You just gotta hang tight and stick to the journey. And if y'all have any questions about locks, drop them below. I got y'all. And if I can't get the answer, I'm gonna ask one of my lock homies, okay? But thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, go ahead and subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I will catch you guys later, and bye.